Hello students, in the previous lecture I have started the new chapter, that is structure of atom. Students, in the previous lecture we have discussed about the definition of atom, the history of discovery of atom. Also we have seen that the atom consists of three subatomic particles, that is protons, neutrons and electrons. We have studied the names of the scientists who have discovered these subatomic particles. Again, we have studied the properties of these subatomic particles. Then I have told you about the new concepts, that is atomic number and mass number. We have seen their definitions also. I will repeat that definitions and then go towards the next point of this chapter. We have defined the atomic number. What is atomic number? The number of protons present in the nucleus of an atom, that is called as atomic number. We have represented that atomic number by the symbol Z, right? Then again we have defined the mass number. So what is mass number? The number of protons and number of neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom, that is called as mass number. And we have represented the mass number of that element by symbol A. Again, we have represented the number of neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom by symbol N, and from these symbols we have seen that the atomic mass number of any element is the sum of number of protons and number of neutrons present in the nucleus of an atom. That is, we have derived A is equal to Z plus N, this simple equation. Again we have represented the atom by symbol X. Suppose X is the element, or this X is the atom of an element, then how that atom is represented? Here the atomic number of that element is represented as a subscript at left hand side of this, lower left hand side of this symbol. So here this Z indicates the atomic number of that element, and the mass number, atomic mass number, is represented as the superscript on the left hand side of this symbol. So any atom which is represented like this, that is now called as nuclei. Okay, this is a new term, nuclei. So we can say if any atom is represented just like this, then it is named as nuclei. In the previous lecture, I have given you one example of nuclei, that is fluorine, which was represented like this. We have also calculated the number of neutrons present in this nuclei. See more examples. Sodium. How sodium is represented? We know the atomic number of sodium is 11. So it is written here as a subscript, while its mass number is 23. So it is written as a superscript on the left hand side. Similarly, you can represent calcium atom as the atomic number 20 and mass number 40. In this manner, in the periodic table, every element can be represented with the help of its atom by using such representation. So these are the nuclei. Now in the previous lecture we have seen how the number of neutrons present in any nuclide are calculated by using this formula. This is a simple formula, simple calculation. Now today we will see the concept of isotopes, isobars and isotones. isotopes, let's see first. In the periodic table, so many elements are represented or they are occurring naturally as a single nuclide. For example, sodium, it exists as single nuclide as 11 and 23. Magnesium is existing as 12, 24. Fluorine, we have seen that its atomic number is 9, mass number is 9. So these are the nuclides and they are existing in nature as a single nuclides. That is, all the atoms of these elements are of same kind. They are not of different kind. But so many elements are there, like carbon. We know the carbon. Generally we know the mass number of carbon is 12. Atomic number is 6, mass number is 12. This is a single nuclide. But carbon also exists in nature in the form of different nuclides. See what are the different nuclides of carbon, that is having here atomic number 13. This carbon atom is having atomic number 14. So these are the same elements, but they are having different mass number. Means these are the atoms of carbon. They are having same atomic number, but they are having different mass number. And that's why such elements which are having same atomic number but different mass number, that are called as isotopes of that elements. See some more examples of isotopes. Hydrogen, you know the isotopes of hydrogen. We know that atomic number of hydrogen is 1. Its mass number is also 1. This is one of the hydrogen atom. But the hydrogen atoms also exist as hydrogen 1, 2. Means its mass number is here 2. Now the third nuclide of hydrogen is represented as H13. Its mass number is 3. These are again the atoms of same element, but these atoms are of different kind because they are having different mass number. So these are the isotopes of hydrogen. We know the names of these isotopes. This is called as protium. This second isotope of hydrogen is named as deuterium, and the third isotope of hydrogen is named as tritium. So many elements are there in the periodic table which are existing in the form of isotopes. Actually, there are no any isotopes of these elements because these are the single nuclides. See other examples. Uranium. Uranium is the radioactive element. It is having atomic number 92, but it is having different isotopes, that is uranium 233, uranium 234, uranium 235 and uranium 238. Any atom of same element always possess same atomic number. Remember, if you take any atom of the same element, it will have same atomic number, but it may possess different mass number. If the mass number is different, then that elements, that atoms are named as isotopes of that elements. See the fourth example. Nitrogen is also having different isotopes, that is N714, N715 and N716. Similarly, you can see the other examples: oxygen 816, oxygen 817 and oxygen 818. These are the isotopes of oxygen. Now let's see the characteristics of isotopes. If you observe all these isotopes, their atomic number is same. And we know that in the periodic table, the elements are arranged on the basis of their atomic number. the element which is having a particular atomic number, it is having a fixed position in the periodic table. That is, here, since all these atoms, though these atoms are of different kind, these atoms are of same element, they are having same atomic number, and that's why they are not having different position in the periodic table, but they are having same position in the periodic table. So this is the first characteristic, that is isotopes possess same position in the periodic table, though they have different kinds of atom. Now, that is they possess same position in periodic table. Next property, they are also having same chemical properties. Same chemical properties. Now the chemical properties of the elements also depend upon the number of electrons present in the atoms of that element. Now see, since all these isotopes are having same number of protons, they also possess same number of electrons. That is, they are having same atomic number. And since they possess same number of electrons, their chemical properties are also of same kind. They possess similar chemical properties. Now let's see the third characteristic. Now just count the number of neutrons present in these isotopes. I will here show you the number of neutrons present in the different isotopes of oxygen. Here, how the number of neutrons are calculated, you know the formula. A is equal to Z plus N, that is N is equal to A minus Z. Now in case of oxygen 16, here mass number is 16, the number of protons are 8. And therefore, the number of neutrons in the first isotope of oxygen is 8. Here, similarly, N is equal to 17 minus 8, that is 9. And the third isotope of oxygen, that is O18, will possess the 10 electrons in it, like this. Now you see here, these isotopes are having same atomic number. They are having different atomic mass number, and also we have seen here that they are having different number of neutrons. Similarly, if you count the number of neutrons in nitrogen 14, here you will observe 7 neutrons are there. In this case, second isotope of nitrogen, 8 neutrons will be present, and here you will get the 9 neutrons in it. That is, every isotope of that element possess different number of neutrons, but they are having same number of protons and same number of electrons. So they possess different number of neutrons. Okay. But they possess same number of protons. These are the characteristics of isotopes. Again, you will see that here the isotopes are the atoms of same element. These are the atoms of same element. Now, just see the second concept, that is isobars. Here I will take the isobars. Some elements are having same atomic mass number. See the examples. Argon, atomic number is 18, the mass number is 40. Then potassium, 1940 and calcium 2040. You will observe that these are the atoms of different elements. They are also having different atomic number, but they are having same mass number. So such elements which are having different atomic number but same mass number, that are called as isobars. Now again you count the number of neutrons present in these elements. You will observe here 22 neutrons are present in argon. In this case potassium 21 neutrons are present, and in calcium only 20 neutrons are present. So here, though the mass number is same, the number of neutrons are different. Means we can say that the isobars also possess the different number of neutrons. Now let's see the characteristics of isobars. Whether the isobars will possess same position in the periodic table? No, they will not possess the same position in the periodic table, because they are having different atomic numbers, or they are having the different number of protons. So here we can say that these are having different position in periodic table. The second characteristic, since the chemical properties of the elements depend upon the number of protons or number of electrons present in the atoms of that element, here we can say that they also possess different chemical properties. Because they are having different number of electrons present in them due to different number of different atomic numbers. Let's see the third property, that is the number of neutrons. Already we have seen that the number of neutrons present in the isobars are also different. They are having different number of neutrons. Okay, and let's see the next characteristic, that is the number of protons. They are also having different number of protons. Students, in the exam, the question is also always asked for 2 marks, that is differentiate between isotopes and isobars. Then for getting 2 marks, you have to write at least 4 correct points of differences. And here I have given you these 4 points of differences. Along with these 4 points of differences, you can write their definitions also. Okay. So again I will repeat the definition of isotopes. These are the atoms of same element having the same number of protons but different number of neutrons, that are called as isotopes. Or also we can define the isotopes as the different atoms of same element having same atomic number but different mass number are called as isotopes. Similarly, isobars are defined as the atoms of different elements having different number of protons and different number of neutrons, that are called as isobars. Or we can also define the isobars as the different atoms of different element having different atomic number but same mass number, that are called as isobars. You can also write the examples of isotopes and isobars here. Now one more term is also present. Here we have seen some of the elements are having same atomic number, while some of the elements are having same mass number. Now if the atom possesses same number of neutrons, then it will be called as the isotone. The third concept, that is isotone. The isotones are the atoms of different elements which are having the different number of neutrons. Now let's see some examples. Here only one example is given in your textbook, that is carbon. The isotone of the isotones, that is carbon, and the next one, that is boron. Here these are the different atoms. They are having different number of protons. Their atomic number is different. Their mass number is also different. But count the number of neutrons present in them. Here carbon will possess 6 neutrons, while this boron will also possess 6 neutrons. So these are the isotones of each other. So how will you define the isotones? The different atoms of different elements having the same number of neutrons, that are called as isotones. More examples you can see. The another example, that is of magnesium and sodium. See here, magnesium is having atomic number 12 and its mass number is 24. Similarly, sodium is having atomic number 11 and its mass number is 23. So from this representation you can count the number of neutrons as 12. So sodium and magnesium, these are also isotones of each other. Now in exam, the question is asked to represent the elements on the basis of their atomic number, mass number and number of neutrons. I will take one example. This example is given in your textbook. Problem number 4.3. See, 3 elements are given: Q, then R and T. Suppose these are the symbols of atoms of 3 elements. Here, if they are having the mass number 40, their mass number is given, their atomic number is not given, but the number of neutrons present in them are given. And here in the numerical it is said that Q possesses 22 neutrons, R possesses 21 neutrons and T possesses 20 neutrons. From this data, here we have to represent their atomic composition with appropriate symbol. Now, how these atoms are represented? We know any atom is represented by the symbol XZA. So here we know the values of A for these 3 elements, but we don't know the value of atomic number, that is Z. And hence, in every case, you have to find the atomic number. So here, very simple calculation. Now for the element Q, the atomic number atomic number Z is equal to A minus N. That is equal to 40 minus 22. That is equal to 18. So Q will have the atomic number 18. Similarly, the element R will possess the number of atomic number as A minus N, that is 40 minus 21, that is equal to 19. And for the element T, here you can count the number of protons as 40 minus 20, So how the composition of these elements is represented? Q element will be represented by its atomic number as a subscript, that is 18, mass number as superscript. Similarly, R will be represented as its atomic number 19 and mass number 14. And T will be represented as atomic number 20 and mass number as 40. So this is a composition of these different kinds of elements, representation of the composition of atoms of these elements. Simple numericals are there. Okay, you practice these numericals at home. In the next lecture, I will give you one more numerical, that is how the average atomic mass of that element is calculated, what is meant by average atomic mass, and then we will go towards the drawbacks of Rutherford's atomic theory. Okay, thank you.